another day. Let's try to solve another problem. So this is my leaf spring hanger for the front. I need it mounted here on a square body chassis. This is more flat where this mounts. Mine is on an angle, so I had to change some things. So you saw me split that apart. Now I need to get this in position way up here. And get it like that. But there is a center line right here that I need to run my all thread all the way across, and then run a plumb bob down that center line, make sure everything is in the right spot, make sure this bracket is sitting straight, then I can drill my holes, figure out my other supports. But slow, tedious process. I'll try to take you through it and see how it goes. We're going to talk about the good stuff. We're also going to talk about the bad stuff. So, hopefully you can see this. I am up underneath the frame. This is where my leaf spring mounts. Well, you can tell this board is a 5/8 inch board. So the frame is starts to like angle out right here. The other ones are flat. And I kind of knew that was an issue, but I wasn't sure how bad it was. Well, that's 5 1/8 just to get my all thread to thread in with there. But my other issue is from this mounting surface to that mounting surface, I need to scoot over 1.25 inches on each side. To do that, it is going to be difficult. I want to graft these mounts in so they look fairly factory, but the problem with that is I'm going to have to cut out 1.25 inches on this side, and it's going to have to taper down on this side so that it mounts flat. So I'm troubleshooting right now, and then I'm gonna have to weld that whole seam and then grind it down and try to make it look nice. Definitely a lot of work. If you just wanted to make your own mounts, probably easier, but I don't want to. I wanna use these and make them look original. So I'm about to get to work. So I got a little bit of work done after work today. So I busted out the TIG welder and cut up some pieces out of there and welded up that section. I don't know how good you can see in there, but you know, TIG welds. So I gotta do the same to this side, but you can tell the difference. This one's a lot smaller because of just the way you gotta cut it up. So it's shorter too because I cut out 1.25 inches on this side and 5/8 on that side, I think. So I welded both sides. It's hot still, so let me grab a glove. But you can tell I welded both sides. Looks okay, you know. Not professional TIG welder, but made it work. Hopefully this gives you a little more perspective. So if you look at it from the top, I'm missing that whole probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches. The same over here, but also I am 1.25 inches narrower because the frame is too wide, so I had to do this. So let's keep moving. I didn't want to go in there. All right, I'm trying to get videos out, I promise. But it's a struggle, just working tons of overtime. But now I have money to buy things. So got a truck coming on Friday. Picked it up mainly for the cab, but there's some other parts. I'm trying to decide exactly what I want to do. I'm trying to buy some other parts from him. He has some C4 Corvette independent rear suspension, front suspension too. If he sells it cheap, like he sold the truck pretty cheap, but it has a lot of issues. If he sells it cheap, I'm gonna buy the suspension too, and then that totally changes my plans for what I might do with this truck or future projects. Not sure. I've always wanted the all aluminum control arms and drive shafts, and I just always thought the independent suspension was super interesting. My friend Brandon, he runs Eyeball Customs. He has independent suspension from something, I don't know, some kind of car, and I helped him with his chassis for that. It's not running yet, like most projects, but if I get this, I'm excited because I'll also have another 67 frame, so maybe I'll either make a two-wheel drive independent suspension frame for this and maybe just swap bodies back and forth, or I'll just try to find a whole nother project to put that under, like a 48 Chevy carryall, which is kind of like the panel that everyone likes, but I like the carryalls. I like the windows. It's a big back window, which is what I wanted. The cab has a bunch of rust in the firewall, which is gonna be a pain, but I did plan on replacing the firewall anyway. I want to B-roll a nice one and put it in. Mine has rust also in the firewall, and I did a horrible patch job on it because I just needed the holes fixed so I could drive out to California. So empty the trailer, get ready to pick up a fun little project. We'll see. Hopefully the truck is better than I think it is. I won't really know. I was checking out his other projects. He has some like 66s, the generation before. He has a little short bed one, a long bed one. He had a 5-window Chevy truck cab, and he has a cool wagon, but it's rusted out. Cool little Buick, I think, project. You know, he had a lot of projects. He just wanted some stuff out of his yard. I probably told him too high of a price because he took it right away. You always kind of regret that, but nothing's perfect on it. The bed is rough, but I could rework it, and even cut it into a short bed. But I don't know. Not sure where I'm going with this project yet, but price was good. I was excited about it. I've been looking at this truck ever since I moved here. It's on this really busy road. I always drive by it. I never knew who the guy was, and he picked up some metal from me, so I finally got to meet him.